Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Thank you very much for joining me here today for this speed build. Today we are building a house that's suitable for a young single dad with a daughter or a child. And yeah, I'm really excited for this because this house has been on my build list for quite a while and it's just something that I've never really got around to doing, and I sat down to build the other day and I decided to just give this a go and I quite liked how it came out. I found an image on Pinterest as always, and it was just something really simple but functional, family friendly, and that's what I based the exterior of this house on, and the interior is something that I've just been thinking about for a while. So it's a stylish house inside and it's kind of cool looking, but it's also, you know, you can tell the dad that lives here with his son or daughter really loves his child, and yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I was going for with this house. So the exterior ends up being, as I said, quite simplistic, and the interior ends up being quite modern and quite stylish. So I quite like how that came out. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. This house has actually been up for download on the gallery for a few days now, because I finished this house, I can't remember what day it was, and then I built my last house on the channel, so the bright mid-century family home. I built that after this, but I don't know why I edited that first. I guess I really don't know. I think it's because I edited the screenshots of the house in Oasis Springs before I did this one. So, because editing my screenshots takes quite a while because I don't have reshade. I make a mistake on every voiceover that I do, and I've stopped editing it out because it's exhausting and I'm gonna make mistakes on these voiceovers, and it's a bit more personable. If you guys think that I make mistakes, this is how I am in real life. Honestly, this is exactly how I am in real life. So this is me, you know, take it or leave it. But as I was saying, yes, so I edited the screenshots from the other house before I did this one, and because I don't have reshade installed, it's quite a time consuming process. It's a process that I am used to because I've been on Tumblr for quite some time, you know, editing screenshots and things like that, so it's something that I don't mind doing, but I have to edit each individual one, and because I don't use Photoshop, I can't just click a button and add a previous, I don't even know what you call it, like filter or previous action. So all of mine are edited individually from start to finish. So it is a time-consuming process, and I have been thinking recently about installing reshade, but I'm kind of on the fence about it right now. And it's not I mean, my computer will be able to handle reshade absolutely fine. I've got a gaming PC, so it's no problem. But I don't know. I think because I like things to be quite uniform, so like my YouTube, for example, my thumbnails would change because obviously I would have reshade installed instead of editing my screenshots. I know that sounds kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know whether to just keep things as is and then see how it goes. But anyway, I'm rambling again. So let's talk about the house, which is what we're here for, right? So this kitchen turned out so nice. I was so proud of this one, and these counters are from the Snowy Escape pack in this really nice dark grey colour, and I think they look so good in this house, and this is exactly the vibe that I was going for. So these counters came in really, really handy, and the layout is kind of odd in this house. So we have this really nice kitchen here. Ends up being a seating area just behind the bar stools there. Then we do like this little sitting area on the right hand side with a fireplace, and then we do a small living room just at the front, in front of the bathroom, and then we do a laundry room, and then upstairs are the 2 bedrooms. So kind of oddly laid out, but I think it works. You know, it's definitely unusual, but I think most of my houses have unusual floor layouts because I really suck at doing floor layouts. Like, and it's something that I do need to work on, because I think I can utilise spaces a lot better if I wasn't doing them as I'm doing them now. So might need to work on that. But yeah, we go for a lot of dark blues, greys, and that's pretty much it. I don't think we really use too much colour in this house, which is unusual for me because I love to use colour. So I really tried to stick to the theme here, and hopefully I achieve that. So I guess we'll see, but As I said, I wanted to keep the house functional but stylish, because this guy is stylish, you know, he loves his child and he just wants what's best for them. And unusually I do put a dog bowl there. It's something that I never put in any of my speed builds, even though if I ever play with a family in The Sims, they always have at least one dog. So the fact that I don't put them in my speed builds is kind of strange, because I always give my Sims pets and then I never put the pet bowls in houses that I build, which is kind of weird. But anyway, so this is the little sitting area that I was talking about here, which I think ended up being really cute. And that couch, sofa, I don't know what you call them, but it's from the base game, and it's one that I don't tend to use because it looks quite blocky and quite square, but I think it kind of works. And then this is the small living room here. I can't imagine that the Sims that live here would spend too much time in this room. I think they'd spend more time in the kitchen area, because obviously there's a seating area there as well, so they'd probably spend a bit more time there. But this is just obviously like an extra space that they can go to with no television. Are we surprised? No, not at all. I'm not. So you guys, if you do download my houses, and I don't know how many of you actually do you not get sick of like having to put TVs in? Because I just keep forgetting to even include them in the build. I really need to work on that. But yeah, so we've got this really nice black exposed brick, and we put some cute pictures that the child might have painted just above that door there. That goes to the laundry room, which is a really big room, I'll be honest, and this is what I'm talking about with my layouts. It's definitely something that I need to work on, because I think the living room should have been bigger and the laundry room should have been smaller. But hey ho, I think it looks really nice. I think this turned out quite nicely, this house, so I'm kind of proud of this. And it's a style that I don't usually go for, so I'm kind of proud that I was able to kind of pull this off, if that makes sense. And then for some unknown reason, I go back outside and landscape. I think I must have gotten bored of decorating the interior and I nipped back outside. And as you can see, it's currently snowing in my game, and I wasn't actually planning on that. I found it a bit annoying actually, but this was before I installed the MCC Command Center mod, which I only installed a few days ago, because I've been changing the seasons by entering cheats in the cheat window to change the weather to make sure that I get like the right shading and the right season for the screenshots that I take. And then I realised that I can download MCC Command Center and do it all so much easier. So that's why it's snowing in the speed build and not in the video at the start, because I actually managed to get it to stop and take some half decent screenshots. So yeah, that's my very not interesting story. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you. Thank you for joining me here today. Thank you, because I'll be honest, I don't know where my head is today. What day is it today? Is it Monday today? It's Monday night. I haven't had my tea yet. I'm supposed to go upstairs and have a bath so that I'm ready for work tomorrow, because I'm actually going into work tomorrow instead of working from home, which kind of sucks because I love working from home so much, but I suppose you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. So what are your guys' plans for the week? Drop me a comment down below, let me know like what your plans are, what's gonna happen, you know, because I always like to know what's going on in your lives, because, you know, I'm nosy. So yes, so we are doing the bathroom. This is the downstairs bathroom, and I don't know why I said it's the downstairs bathroom, it's the only bathroom in the house. And it's small, but we end up putting a bath in the laundry room, which I think is quite interesting. So we put a laundry basket in here, and I just realised that I did that because we put a washer and dryer in the other room, which again is something that I don't normally put in my builds, so that's also very strange. So yeah, so we're just cluttering up the room, and I like doing small bathrooms because I think all the details that you put in just make it that much more realistic, and you can end up making them look really nice. I want to do a build where I do like this big bathroom, and it has a bath in the middle on a platform with like an amazing view looking out, probably on like somewhere like San Myshuno, you know, in one of the big apartments. Maybe I should do something like that. I'm going to add that to my list of not right now, but I'm going to mentally add it to my list of builds that I want to do in the future. So yes, I will work on that. But yeah, this is the laundry room with the exposed brick and the black wooden flooring, which I think works quite nicely. So as I said, because it's a big room and I didn't know what to put against that wall on the right there, we end up putting a bath. Because I figure if the dad has a toddler and a dog, or a child and a dog, they're going to need somewhere to bath the dog. So I figured putting a bath there probably wasn't the worst idea that I've had. So it might look a little bit out of place, but I think functionality wise it probably works quite well. And so we use some items from the Laundry Day stuff pack, including this really cute exposed bulb for the ceiling light, which I think looks really cute. And then we move on to the upstairs and we work on the dad's bedroom, which is small, but I think realistic, because I can imagine that he probably doesn't have a lot of money. This is how I imagine it, you know, if you do download this house and you move Sims in here, then you know you have a completely different sort of backstory as to what, you know, you've made up for this family. But I can imagine that the Sim that lives here probably doesn't have a lot of money, but has just enough to sort of make his house nice and provide everything that he can for his child. So that's kind of like what I was going for here. And he's got style, so I think I've mentioned that like 5 times already. Take a shot every time I say style. And yeah, I can imagine that he's got quite a lot of style and he's a stylish man. Wow, that's like 2 shots right there. And so that's what I was trying to sort of get across in this house. So hopefully, I think I've achieved that. So hopefully if you do move Sims in here, you won't need to do too much work to it. Although, saying that, I think this is the house that I forgot to put a bin in the kitchen, which is strange because that's not an item that I usually forget to put in, but clearly with this build it just slipped my mind. I think because the kitchen's quite an odd shape and the counters were in a strange place where I would normally put the bin, it kind of didn't exist, and so the bin just didn't go in. But hey ho, you know, whatever. So this is I designed it more towards a daughter, you know, like a female child Sim, but obviously if you want to change it, then it's easily changeable. You can put a toddler bed in there, you can change the colour palettes, you can keep it the same, you can pretty much do whatever you want, but keep the same items, because I think, you know, changing some colour swatches here and there probably wouldn't take too much work, you know, depending on what your Sim's favourite colours are and what your preferences are and what their preferences are. So I don't think that would take too much work. But yeah, so I think this, again, it's an odd shaped room because we have this sort of strange like bit on the right hand side there, but I think we utilise the space quite well because we put a cabinet from Tiny Living in there. So, you know, you got to make the most of your space, and if you want to do that, then the items from Tiny Living work really, really well. And in the hallway, we keep things really simple because I think in hallways, I don't like to over decorate them, because I feel like in real life, from my experience anyway, hallways aren't overly decorated, but I think a lot of people like to have the odd knick-knack in there, you know, just to make it feel a bit more homey. And then we move on to the back garden, and you know, if you are returning to my channel and if you know me as a builder, then you're gonna know what this is pretty much gonna be like. It's gonna be very basic, because I don't think it's because I'm not good at doing back gardens. I think it's more because I haven't really done enough research into them and I don't bother with them. I think that's more the reason that they're never very good. So I'm going to start, I say it every time I do a speed build, this is so funny, I am going to start having a look on Pinterest at some sort of back garden inspiration, because I would like to give you guys like the full sort of house experience and you have a nice back garden and everything like that, because at the minute I think you're downloading my houses and the outside looks okay, the inside's okay, and then you get to the back garden and you probably think, oh well, I don't want to download a house from her ever again because she can't build back gardens. So, because that's what I would be like, I'll be completely honest. So this one isn't the worst, I'll be honest. It's not the worst, it's not the best either, but it's definitely not the worst. So I tried, okay, like A for effort, come on. But I'm going to leave you guys here. So if you would like to download this house, it is on the gallery under my origin ID, which is RachelPedd. Tray files are linked down in the description below. You can download them from Sim File Share. Thanks very much for joining me here today. You take care, and I will see you next time. Bye!